Hello, everyone. I'm Mary Hafey, President and CEO at the Ark of Opportunity. Welcome to the February e-newsletter. There is lots in this newsletter, so I hope you will continue watching and reading every article in it. But let me start, as we always do, acknowledging that the Ark of Opportunity is located on the unceded lands of the Nipmuc people of the Nashaway tribes, who stewarded these lands long before we arrived here. And for those folks who may need a visual description, I am a white female with silvery blonde hair, blue eyes. I'm wearing a red print dress and a red turtleneck today. And as always, my Black Lives Matter button and my logo of the Ark. So let's start with a few things. One is thank you to everyone who made donations to the Ark of Opportunity in 2024. I want to assure you that your donor tax statements went out last week, along with the 2024 impact report. If you made a donation and you did not get a statement, please contact Kelly Iravigiza, whose contact information is included in this newsletter. We converted to a new system this year. We think we got it all right, but you never know. So if you have any questions, please contact Kelly. She'll be more than happy to help you with any questions or concerns. The second thing is I mentioned the impact report, which is sent out to donors, but it's also available electronically. And quite frankly, it's really dazzling, all that we accomplished as the Ark of Opportunity in 2024. I hope you're proud of us and of yourselves for the part that you played in this. Please consider making a gift to the Ark. Our family supports, including recreation, do not receive funding, and so your gifts make so much of an impact. You'll see all of it in the impact report that is included in this newsletter. There's some really inspiring stories. So there's a story about Ellen, a woman in our ABI homes, who moving into that home was transformational for her. You'll be inspired. There's some fun pictures of the PJ dance that happened the last Friday in January. And there's a nice write-up of that and some great photos. And you know, the Valentine's Day dance is coming up. Please sign up for it. One of the other things that you've probably gotten by now, either snail mail or more of you electronically, is the annual satisfaction survey. And that's when we pause and check in with you and see how you think things are going in the program supports that are being provided by the Ark of Opportunity. Your feedback makes a real difference. If you have concerns, certainly note them. But if there's some things that we've done well, it's a gift to the staff to tell the staff what's gone well. Quite frankly, you shape our behavior. You tell us what we should, by what you like, by what you value. We know we should do more of that. And if you have concerns, we are committed to any concerns that are listed get followed up on individually. So you will have somebody check in with you. This is presuming you provide your name. And last but not least, we are moving into the season of advocacy. And quite frankly, there's state advocacy and there is federal advocacy. And given all that's going on in our country right now, there's a lot to advocate around. So I had prepared a video for the staff, and we've decided to include it, tag it onto this video, so you're getting the same message as the staff have gotten. It'll be a bit of Advocacy 101, and we'll explain why your voice truly matters. So please watch both parts of this video. I think that is it. So I wish you well, enjoy all that is in this exciting newsletter, and I look forward to seeing you in our March newsletter. Be well. It's the start of 2025, which means we're heading into planning for the budget year of 2026. Hard to imagine. So let me give you the budget recap for 2026. And this is related to the state, not federal budget. So on January 22nd, Governor Maura Healey released the budget proposed by her administration for FY26. And quite frankly, there is support for things that matter to our field in many of the line items, and there is also some grave concern in other line items. I can't say often enough that how much our advocacy together will be critical in the months ahead. This is a long haul process, so buckle up, let's get ready for the ride and be in this work together. So let me just refresh what the budget process is for people who may not be familiar with it. The governor's budget, proposed budget, is only the very first step in the budgeting process. And the next step is for the Massachusetts House of Representatives to craft their own budget in response to what the governor has proposed. So this really does mean that our next area of focus is with our state reps. We're going to save the senators for a little bit later. And later in the process, when the House has released their budget, the Senate begins crafting their own proposed budget. Sometimes there's alignment, sometimes there's not. But that is the moment when our advocacy shifts from the House of Representatives to the Massachusetts senators. And then finally in the process, there's a joint committee of senators and representatives who hammer out the joint budget. They send that back to the governor, who ideally signs off on it. And if not, it goes back to have an override process. Let's not go there. We often don't even need to deal with that part. But that is the flow of what happens. And it's why at times we're saying, reach out to your reps, and other times we're saying, reach out to your senators. And remember, we're talking about Massachusetts. So here's some of the crucial things that we're going to have to focus on. Increased wages for staff. Our staff do not yet earn a living wage in Massachusetts and are often in a position to hold 2 or 3 jobs. Now, they're dedicated to the people who are most vulnerable, and we in turn need to support them around wages. And quite honestly, when we can hire and retain staff, we are in a better position to bring more people into our programs, people who are still stuck on the waiting list and new people. The second area of focus is those who are turning 22, and quite honestly, it's people who've been turning 22 for a number of years. There's a decrease in funding, which makes absolutely no sense. And the next is, for the people we support who have lifetime needs, their medical needs or behavioral needs can change over time and maybe become more significant with aging. There has to be funding to respond. What somebody needed 10 years ago is not necessarily the same as what they need now. And the last item I'm going to mention, though it's not the last issue, is expanding Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 257, to include mass health programs. So it doesn't. And so our DAHAB and our AFC programs have a totally different process. It would make a whole lot more sense to have them under the umbrella of Chapter 257. So those are the key points in the budgeting process. And in the video you're getting, there are going to be some documents that I invite you and urge you to look at. And honestly, they're prepared by the ARC of Massachusetts. So let me say, I am so grateful that the ARC of Opportunity is a member of the ARC of Massachusetts, because they have greater capacity for advocacy than we might. And we could not possibly do it alone. So recently, Maura Sullivan, who is the recently appointed CEO at the ARC of Massachusetts, visited the ARC of Opportunity, and she met with the leadership staff, she met with the board of directors, and she advocated the role we all play in advocacy. She inspired everyone who met with her to do more and to do better. And she or her staff will be back to do advocacy training during this budget season. So the 3 documents are a full analysis of the budget. You can click on the link for that. A video and links that break down the budget for FY26. Some people like to read things, some people like to hear a video. And the last, and the one I'd urge everyone to bookmark, is the FY26 budget page of the ARC of Massachusetts. That's updated all the time because the process evolves over time, and it's really the go-to source for information about the budgeting process. So stay tuned for announcements about advocacy training that's coming up, and always for the action alerts that we send out by email, by e-newsletter, posted on Facebook. And take action if the issue matters to you. Your voice makes a tremendous difference. That's it for Advocacy 101.